Hey Logan, so really quick, you guys, anybody that's watching, Logan is a student that's received an offer letter. When did you actually receive the offer letter? I kind of forgot.
Yeah, man. So it was in October, bro. October 2nd was the verbal, and I signed October 3rd. That's 2025. And it was literally, I signed exactly 3 months from when I started the program,
Okay,
like
nice.
to the
So
day, to the day.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So 3 months into the program, that's a little bit, you know, that is an outlier. So just want to be clear, anybody that's watching, don't have it in your mind. I can get this in 3 months. I want to be very transparent. Logan is going to explain, different things that he did in the program, and
Yeah.
so you guys can get a realistic approach of, the 1% university in the program. So I want to go ahead and start. Before you joined, um, who were you before you joined, and what was wrong with your life? Like what was missing? What made you want to seek out for assistance
Yeah.
or for help.
Yeah, man. So honestly, I think like a big part of like my journey is less about like exactly what's wrong with me today and more about where I see the gaps in like my potential and where I am today. So it's
Wow.
like before the program, I'm like, I just have like a lot of skills in learning things. Like that's I think is probably the best skill that I have, like the ability to learn. And I felt like I was missing out on like opportunity because I wasn't taking advantage of that skill. So like the technical skills are one thing, but if you have like the ability to like grind, learn new things, I was like, I need to be actually taking advantage of that and reaching my potential, which I still haven't, but I've got one step closer by doing the program and adding to my income, man.
Okay. What were you afraid would happen if like nothing changed?
Dude, like I have that gnawing feeling like when I'm not like living up to what I feel like God gave me. So it's like he gave me the talent. I can't really, take credit for any like baseline talent. That's all him. And I feel like it's like the parable of the talent says, bro. Like we gotta actually like put that to work. And I just was like, I've gotten some amount of success, but I'm not actually like I'm more like the guy that kind of like I don't want to bury my talents, in the ground. Like I wanted to actually have return on those. So it's like if I wasn't to like going to like I was gonna put that work in somewhere, and it was just kind of about like selecting where I wanted to put that, where I thought might be like the best return. So if I didn't do it, the fear was I just stay the same. I waste the talents, and God should have just gave it to somebody else. But I didn't want to do that, man.
Okay. Did you regret joining? Was there like, fear? Was it like, why didn't you almost like not join? And what made you want to say, yeah, sure, let me take a chance?
Oh, dude, for sure there was fear, right? Like you and I had a pretty long conversation. I don't know if you remember, but back when I was like first thinking about joining, and like the main fear was just, am I gonna actually get the return on the investment? I mean, that was the main fear. I was willing to make the investment somewhere, but it was like, is this the right program for me? And I'll say that the main thing that I got from the program was speed. So I felt that I would get to this point at some point, but it would not have been 3 months. It would have been, I think, best case scenario, 6 months, probably more realistic, like a year. So it was definitely worth doing the investment for the speed portion. That's what I felt like the program gave me like the most leverage was speed.
Okay, and kind of like talk about like that fear. Was it just like the fear of the unknown, the fear of like, you invest money and it's like, there's no return. Kind of talk like
Yeah.
what was kind of going through your head at that
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to get played, you know? Like, I was like, dude, if I put in this much money, because I mean, it's a chunk, you're gonna feel it. Um, which is like, obviously, you probably heard this before, like, it's part of the psychology of making you like actually give your best anyways. Like, you feel a bit of the pain of the money coming out. And so I was like, I was scared that things were not gonna like work out properly and the promises that you were making were not going to be true. And then I would be at the end of it, like, you know, a significant chunk in the hole versus like actually going forward. So I mean, that's a scary thing, bro. Like, that's a scary thing.
And that's normal. Like everybody, like even I still invest to this day, but there's always going to be that fear. But I want to ask you specifically, what made you overcome that fear? What made you say,
Yeah.
hey, I'm actually going to, you know, not have this thing overcome me, but you overcome it.
Yeah. So honestly, I think the biggest part for me was the fact that other people had done it through the program because I figured like I'm just somebody that like I believe that if it's been done, then I can do it. So like I saw that people had done it. So I was like, okay, well, I knew that like you were talking about the work portion, like you were, giving me like a proper warning about like I mean obviously like Tayo cannot do the work for you.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to like put your head down and actually do the work. I was very confident that I would do that part. Like
Yep.
I was like, okay, I will do the work. So it just needs to be something that is going like if I do the work, then it works for me.
Yep.
And I saw that other people had been successful, and you've had quite a few more cases of success since then. So that became a no brainer at that point. So I was like, okay, people have done it, like not just one person, like a bunch of people if I do the work, then the results will come. And then that's all I needed to get over the fear. Like just that more confidence that the program itself works if you're going to put the work in.
Okay. Okay. Nice. And what specifically, and I think you touched on this with speed, but I kind of want to circle back to it. But what
Sure.
specifically did this program give you that you couldn't get on your own? Something specific in the program.
Yeah. So I'll give like a couple specifics. So the first thing, like I said, was speed, but there's like a few reasons for that. So I think that breaking down what speed means is probably answers the question. So for one, it meant like understanding like the curation of the course was a big part of that. So it's like what things do you actually need to learn in order to start interviewing? Because
Yep.
like I definitely can get to like sometimes I can move slowly trying to be sure, but I think like with somebody else, you have somebody to tell you like when you're ready. That like helps you move faster and like take the jump. So it's like and I felt like like what the core concepts that the program teaches were really good, and that's what I found were like accurate in order to take the leap. I will like make a little caveat that at least in my case, like my suggestion is like to continue, like you have to still take ownership for yourself. So I went through all the course, started doing the interviews, and I still took a few like cheap Udemy courses while I was doing those interviews, to continue my learning. I did an Ansible, a Terraform, and Azure DevOps because like I had specific interviews for that. Okay, do a little bit extra, but the course gave me enough. Like by the time I was done the course, it said, okay, go ahead and apply, and I found that to be true. Like it told me exactly what concepts to like go into depth enough to build some projects, and then go ahead and apply. And I would have waited, bro. Like I would not have applied for at least 6 months, probably more. I would have been trying to get the certs and all that. I didn't have any certs when I applied, by the way, like
Wow.
zero.
Wow.
So
So no certifications, just experience that you got from this program.
yeah, and I do have a like disclaimer. I do have a tech background coming into the program, so I
Yep.
was able to like have some work experience on resume and stuff like that. But yeah, no. Other than that, like no actual like certifications or anything like that. So got
Okay.
speed, and then also just knowledge of certain tools that I would have known, like getting a VA to apply. That was
Yep.
incredible. Also, like some AI tools were awesome, and I just wouldn't have known to look for those things. So it would have been like a lot harder on my own.
Okay. So a lot easier just by joining the program, got there faster. Um, what do you think that kind of separates the 1% university community, the program? What separates us from everybody else?
I think that man, that's a good question. See, this is part of the thing is like it worked. It worked immediately. So
Mhm.
I I think I can give you the best answer that you want for that because I didn't have to look at what anybody else is doing.
Mm.
Like, I think that the what probably separates you is that it works first try. So I didn't have to do this program and then okay, I got a little bit closer, but not all the way there. Then I do this program, got a little bit closer. It's like no, it's like one package. Like just do this, and then you will get there. So I'm assuming that other programs probably do not have the same track record, and that's probably what separates you is that you actually like works first try. And then the competitiveness, bro. Like I like that part as well. Like if you are, you don't have to do that, but if you are have that like competitive like dog in you, then this program will like the community will give you that. Like I had a goal to, it's like he was saying that the results aren't normal 3 months exactly, but I think part of that was, bro, I finished all of the content of the course, including the tech challenges, all the work, posting it like fully in 6 days. Like I was not gonna be playing around, bro. Like I was, that's all I was doing and then it was like, okay, now you're ready. I was applying to stuff within like 9 days, I think, of joining.
That's
Like
crazy.
bro, like, it was because I knew what's his name, Greg, had finished in a month. I said, bro, no, 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 I'm gonna finish. Now he did get the offer sooner. Still, he did
Yeah,
get the offer sooner. But I was
yeah.
like, I'm finishing this content, man. Like, and knowing it, and then pass the tech interview like that. Well, like if you, it's not gonna help you if you don't actually understand. You just finish in 6 days, but being able to pass your tech interview, dude, I love the competitive nature of the community, bro.
Okay,
That's
okay.
fun.
Do you feel like the way I taught, the way I don't know if you joined the live boot camp calls, but believe a teacher, but do you feel like the to be able to understand the material was kind of easy or a little bit difficult based on just the teaching methods?
I thought it was easy to understand. Like I said, like for me personally, I think it was good to have a few other supplemental courses, and you'll send some of those YouTube links and YouTube University links through the chat as well, just to like bolster the knowledge. But I thought that what you did a good job with, like it was easy to understand, and it went just enough just deep enough to be able to build something and use it in an interview. So I think that's really the goal. Like the goal is not to learn Terraform like inside and out with 10 years of experience and off the top of your head be able to, no, it's like the goal is to understand what this technology does, how it can help you, and then the tools around it using AI, this and that, whatever, to learn on the job. Like and I feel like that was perfect. Like the amount of depth that you went into with
Yep,
the breadth that's required to show the skills that you need as cloud engineer or DevOps engineer, or whatever. So that
yep.
was perfect.
Okay. And I did that specifically because I looked at different companies, different, programs, like 8 months, 9 months, sometimes like AWS Institute, I think it's like 2 years or something like that. And,
Crazy.
I know. And so I wanted to, I was in the field and I was like, the things that I'm actually doing on the job, you don't really need to know a crazy amount. And so if we're looking at efficiency to be able to actually
Yeah.
help someone in need that needs a job or that wants to scale, these are you know, the tech stack, but this is, you don't need to know everything about it, right? And so I wanted to go ahead and create that curriculum where it's like, okay, you learn this just enough to be able to use it and use these different tools to build a solution that actually solves real world problems that companies have that they're looking to pay people for to solve. And so even with the program, do you feel like it's helpful now you're at the job? Are you seeing some of the similar stuff on the job that you've learned in the program?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a lot of like infrastructure as code is like the main stuff that I'm that I'm seeing, and then just cloud in general. I mean, the program does AWS, but you can do anything. Like I do Azure on the job, and like it's the same stuff, bro.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
and then obviously like the networking principles, like from the depth of that, like just understanding compute and cloud in general. Yeah, bro. Like you're using it all the time for sure. And again, I just want to reiterate that I think it's more important is the stuff that is really more the intangible things that we're teaching about like how to learn. So like when you're going to do the tech count, don't just like post in the help me channel, bro. Like use your resources, go to the modules, and of course use AI to help you like actually be able to build it and then understand the solution. And those skills are what I'm using the most. But I'm not like afraid of any like terms that come up in meetings or whatever. Like I know the cloud industry tech terms as well, and then using the skills of how do I actually build this if I've never seen this before, or if I run into a problem. Like those skills are, I think, are not being taught so much in other boot camps and stuff like that. Just from what I've heard people say, like they're just trying to teach you hard skills, but the learning of it is really important, and like forcing the students or the community to not just ask the first thing first, but ask after you've tried five, steps down. So
Because that's what
perfect.
you need to do actually when you get on the job. You don't want to just say, "Hey, I have this problem. Do my job for me." It's like, "Hey, I've tried
Right.
X, Y, and Z. This is, where I'm stuck at. Do you have any insight of where I should go look at so I can go solve it
Yeah.
myself?"
You
You know?
guys do a good job with that, with teaching that concept, man. It's
Yep.
probably the most important thing, like the learning and then what to actually do on the job, like when you're stuck. I
Yeah.
mean, those are good.
Do you feel like because I want to my biggest thing is independence and I want to not be a clutch for any student. Do you feel like you need the support of me or the community after you got the job? Do you feel like you have the skills to be able to figure it
Yeah.
out or to be a really good cloud engineer?
Yeah, for sure. Like I'm pretty confident and I've been there for some months now and gotten a lot of good feedback. Like it's honestly it's pretty easy. Um and I just do it by myself. It's
Okay.
really not hard, bro. Like you guys empowered us to be able to do it. So it's
Okay. And then
we don't need to switch.
how do you feel about your future now compared to before with the skill that you have?
Yeah, I think I mean, it looks up. Like, I just raised, the baseline of like what I can achieve, right? So I think that feels really good. Of course, now I just want the next thing. I just want to learn the next thing, bro, to like raise that floor and ceiling even higher. But it feels good to be in a place where I definitely feel that I'm in a position now that um, people spend their whole career or even never get to. Um, and that feels pretty cool. So like no matter what, it also lets me take bigger risks, I think, outside of just corporate career because I know like I have this to fall back to. I can never fall under whatever this level is, and that feels really good, man. Like the
Yeah.
future I think is bright, but we gotta learn the next thing, bro.
Yeah, yeah, okay. And it's crazy because, even the current students I talk to them on the coaching calls, it's not just about getting a job because people got jobs and they're let go and they can't get another job, right?
Yeah,
But, being able to learn the cloud engineer, the projects, the tech stack, the experience, but then also the other skill set of how to get recruiters to reach out to you and how
yeah,
to communicate effectively, how to showcase the value, how to identify the problem that the business have on the interview to be able to answer it with the experience that you have. Like having
right,
those skills, it will literally provide a sense of security because like you said, even if you fall back, you have this skill that no one can take away from you. And
right.
so, that's the true power, and it's crazy, because it's good money. It's, remote, it's a lot of remote positions, it's a lot of
Yeah,
flexibility and gives you more time to be able to, focus on growing, right? And like you said, you want to go to that next level. And
yeah.
so ideally, you don't have to share if you don't want to, but what does that look like? You don't have to use specific numbers, but what does that look like in terms of, getting to that next level or, something, how does that look like for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think the next level would just be I mean, I really, really I'm already thinking to the eight figure ranges. That's really what I want to get to, man. But I gotta get to seven first. But I don't think that would be that difficult. But I don't know. But I'd be like I want to I honestly I just gotta keep paying down the ignorance debt, bro. That I think that's what it looks like for me. Like I don't know how to make seven right now. I mean, potentially could just like with the stuff from this program, right? Like that's definitely one possibility. But I think that there's probably like a higher leverage way to get to seven that I don't know. So I just need to keep paying down the ignorance debt and then eight will come. Eight will come, bro. But that's really what I want, man. Like I want to never think about money again at some point, and just like I love the game and I love the grind. Like it's what I want to do, man. So That's it for me. I've got dude, just let the dog out, you know? Just keep
I'm the same way. Like in terms of it's like playing a video game. Like I'm super
dude, it is.
tired, but it's like it's really fun and it's really just helping people to get to where I was and where I'm trying
Yeah.
to get to. It's honestly a blessing. And
Yeah.
in terms of like it's really good for you, right? Because you're one of the early people that invested into the program. You don't have to pay for junior year, senior year, and stuff like that. So for the that next level, I personally, my background was in day trading, and I still day trade, obviously, you know that. But the first thing was to be able to have a strong, high income skill that you can work at a job. And then now is to be able to use that money, right? Leverage other people's money too, as well. It's a smart way of doing it.
Yeah.
Um, and this leverage the skill set to be able to make a lot more money while working less. And so junior year is all about that. That's the next step. If obviously we talked about it already, but yeah, it's insane. But having that foundation in terms of high income skill making money is going to help you when you do take that risk. It's going to help your psychology. So it's like
Yeah.
it's not like you have to force anything. It's not like you have to get rich today, right?
Right.
So it's a process, but it's I've designed the program specifically to accumulate wealth the right way, right? Because
Yeah.
I've done the wrong ways and it's burned me. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Thanks for blazing the trail, brother. I appreciate it.
Thank God,
I
bro.
yeah. I'm gonna do the same for others, bro. That's what I want to do as well. So
Mm.
glad to at least get to make the video, man. Like maybe help somebody.
Yeah, I don't know who'll be watching this, but it really does, help people. Because I mean, even for me, if I watch something like this and I'm like kind of scared and curious, it helps me feel a little bit more secure. Like, okay, if he can do it, and I can definitely do it too.
Yeah.
And so if
You can.
somebody, yeah, say it one more time.
I just say you can. And
Yes, sir.
whoever's watching, you can, bro. Like do it, bro. You
What would you, if someone's watching this
yeah.
and they were where you were, what would you tell them?
Yeah. If
Like,
they're coming from where I was, like the main thing that I would say is that the program is set up for you to succeed. So if you take the step and you know you're going to do the work, like that's the person that I want to talk to. Like it's harder if you're unsure about like if you have the work ethic, these types of things. Like the program definitely will help you with that too, with community and how you like build that in because you know that that's part of it. It's important. It's hard for people. Like that part is hard. I had a lot of struggles with that earlier in my life. I kind of conquered that portion of it by the time I was looking at this. Dude, if that's you and you know that like you will grind, it's really just about like what opportunity you're going to take. You got to take some opportunity to like leverage that ability to grind and learn. So this one will get you to the next level and you will get there way faster than if you do it on yourself, you do it yourself or YouTube University. Like, yeah, it's free, but it's not free in opportunity cost. Like you're gonna waste a lot of time. Like even if I would just be like I wouldn't even have the job yet, right? Like I wouldn't have it yet. So like I think best case scenario, I'd still have another month, and I've already made way more than the investment of the program. So like I understand the fear because I was also there, but if you take the step and you're worried about like the getting the investment back, just understand that that part will take care of itself if you're putting the work in. So, bro, you're already knowing you're gonna put the work in. Like this is it, and like you'll get the investment back a lot, like really fast. So,
so you felt so based off of opportunity cost, you feel like if somebody and that's honestly who we want to like help people who knows that they're gonna put in the work. But
yeah,
for that person that's watching this right now, they would actually be losing money based off of
exactly.
opportunity cost. Like they can make more money and paying, investing
Of
into the
course,
program.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Because
You'll be
they'll
losing a lot of money.
get more than
So,
the investment, pretty much, is what you're saying.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Okay, okay.
Way more.
That's pretty much it. I like to leave with a 1% gem. I like to give the floor to whoever I'm speaking to. A 1% gem is just like one advice that someone that's listening can tangibly use to get them to that next level. So most
Mm,
of the viewers, they're trying to get to that next level financially. So anything in that realm. So what would your 1% gem be?
yeah. So my 1% gem is going to be twofold. So the first part of it is that the best skill is upskilling. So if you can learn how to acquire a skill set, and we're talking about finances, to make you more money, that skill alone is better than each individual money making skill. So focus on the intangible portion of learning how to grind, how to show up every day. Like this is going to serve you for the rest of your life. Secondly, pay down the ignorance debt with money, bro. Seriously, like if you have to take the loan, whatever you have to do, like pay your ignorance debt is higher than whatever your actual financial debt is. So you have to pay that down with either time or money, and whenever you can, do it faster. So step into the unknown. You already know that you're going to grind. Find somebody that already has been there and can show you how to do it. You'll get there way faster. And that's going to be the key to everything. And then third part of the gem is, glory to Jesus, of course. So
Of course, of
come
course.
on now.
I will leave with this. I've been if anybody's watching this who knew who I was back in high school, college, and you see where I am today, it's like literally dark night and day, right? And so I always like to leave with this, but it's literally by the grace of God in terms of where I'm at.
Yeah.
Everything, all the success, all the successful students is literally not me at all. It's by God's grace. And I really want to, emphasize that because it's if you really knew who I wasn't serious with life. I just was goofing around a lot and got into a lot of trouble. But God pulled me out of that, and now He's using me to bless people and really change people's lives. So it's not about me. It's not about the success. Not about me at all. It's just about I want to show people what's possible. And I wish I had somebody like me to show me this when I try to figure it out because I went through a lot of BS. So
Yeah.
that's what it is, man.
You crushed it, bro. You're here now. So you're helping me out. Appreciate it.
Good thing. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for your time. And anybody that's watching this, if you have any questions, if you're interested, just go to my Instagram. Link is in the description and just type in 1%, and we'll see if we can help you. Talk to you soon.